What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another wide body FRS episode. Wow, that's coming in strong. For everyone who said grow out the beard, there you go, that's about a week's worth. I'm gonna shoot for another week, run this thing out and see how it looks. Might be pretty long. But yesterday we cut the frame, rail, whatever on the passenger side. We got everything on the passenger side good to go. So I should be able to drive without rubbing on that side. Now I simply just have to do all of the same work on the driver's side as well. And then from there, I still gotta figure out what was scraping on the bottom. There's this little plastic skid plate right there I'm gonna pull off and see like if it even protects anything. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna leave it off because it's kind of annoying. I'm not really trying to build this car to scrape down the road. I want it just to look good and not make funky noises driving down the road. So I'm just gonna get to work doing the driver's side as well right now, and then I will update you guys in a minute. Goal for the day, get this thing to drive down the road without scraping, without rubbing, without doing anything. Let's get it. So after a few hours, I got that clearanced out. Not a few hours, an hour. That bent back up in there. And this frame rail cut off. Got this nice plate I'm gonna weld back up in there after I weld the frame itself. Don't really wanna mess with the structurality, if that's even a word, of the car. So I'm gonna weld the frame here. I'm gonna weld this rail here. I'm gonna put that in there, tack that up in there, and then I'm gonna seam seal it. I think I already explained that in the last video. But before I do that, oh wait, I need to check to see if I need this damn skid plate on here. So I'm pretty sure everything's scraping on this plastic thing right here, and I really want to just pull it off. So I'm gonna take that off and see what happens. Well, I kind of just went to town and pulled everything off the front. So now if it scrapes, then it's gonna be scraping on the actual metal skid plate itself, which I'm not gonna pull that off because that's gonna protect like the oil pan, the tranny, all that good stuff. But I think we're ready to go on a nice little drive to see if we're done rubbing. I really hope we are. Let's go. I heard that when I was pulling out. So it looks like there's plenty of clearance with this frame rail. I can get a finger back there, so that's plenty good there. But I did hear one little rub. Fully locked out. There's a little, can you focus for me? That little rail right there. Looks like it's pretty thin metal, so I could probably straighten that out in a second. Let's go on a drive. So much better, guys. There's a few little tiny rubs here and there from that plate I showed you. Very easy to fix though. So it looks like it was rubbing just a tiny bit right there because there's no paint there. So I'm gonna go ahead and bend that up a little bit. And then also right up here. Just a quick little bend with the hammer, and I think we should be pretty much good to go. So pretty much what I'm doing is just bending and cutting everything and anything that rubs. I do not want this thing to rub at all on the tires. It's just a really annoying noise. I don't mind like scraping the bottom on the ground, which is not gonna do on pavement. Coming down my gravel driveway is gonna scrape a little bit here and there. Not a big deal. But I wanna be able to actually drive this thing without rubbing. We should be good to go though. I don't know if you guys just saw what I bent up, but now I think we should be able to drive 100% with no rubbing. Let's try it out. Just a bunch of trial and error. Definitely getting a lot better. There's a tiny rub at full lock, which I don't even know if I'm going to worry about because it's so small and it's at full lock. I'm not really ever going to be cranking the wheel 100% on the way. I might pull it in the shop if I see it rubbing on something really small. I'll bend it up or whatever. But damn, it's super nice to drive this thing with no rubs. safe to say I finally accomplished that. It took me a while, but I finally figured it out. Last thing is to weld up those frame rails, so that's going to be kind of a big project. So let's jump back up into the shop, get her welded up. I'll show you guys what I'm doing there. So that little tab right there, that's kind of bent down. That's just rubbing on that. I'm not even going to pull the wheel off. I'll just tap it up with the hammer real quick. So from here, all I'm going to do is weld up those rails, and we should be done for the day. Keyword is should be. Finished product. I kind of wish I would have bought the gray seam sealer for the front, but I guess it's not going to really matter. You're not going to see it anyway. I just kind of wanted it to look factory, and the factory stuff was gray and that's black, but it turned out really, really awesome. Really happy with how that turned out. Gonna go ahead and do the same to the passenger side as well right now. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the end result, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button right up in that corner. Keep an eye out for tomorrow's video. See you guys then.